Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This week, that sound you hear is starlings flying in like a huge flock above me. They really know how to mess up the microphone. This week in the video, we're going to take a look at a new ball head that I've got. I've been testing for the last 2 months to make sure, is it really the real deal? I want to find out, could it be the replacement for my Besnfoto 308 RC? This thing's a relic, but it's built like a tank. I love it, and I've used it for all my commercial work. Could this new ball head be one I would use for commercial work? Come right back. This week's Gear in 2 minutes. For starters, the Besnfoto ball head is no slouch. It's about the same size as my old faithful Besnfoto. This one's built all metal. It's a tank. Guess what? This one is all metal and aluminum, and it's built like a tank too. But let's dive right in and see, does it offer more than the Besnfoto? This is the new ball head from Besnfoto. They did send it to me 2 months ago, reached out, asked me if I was interested in field testing this. I said sure. They didn't tell me what I had to say. This is my completely unbiased review. Let's dive in and look at what makes this an interesting ball head. For all of you Arca Swiss fans, you'll be thrilled to know that this is Arca Swiss compatible. Now that's Arca Swiss compatible. This is a different type of plate for Besnfoto. We're not going to get into plates in this video, but Arca Swiss compatible. And this base plate has something that, it might be a small thing, but I really appreciate when manufacturers do this. This one has that little tightening thing here that we can use, and we can hand tighten it, which small touch, but you know, good for Besnfoto for putting that on. You'll notice that this ball head actually has a double notch here, and that's actually really nice because some of them just have one, which my Besnfoto does. This one has a double notch, and that makes it easy to do either side. Really simple. One thing to notice, anytime you're looking at a ball head, if you want a really professional one, look at the size of the ball. This one has a nice, really large ball head, which makes it really nice, smooth movement of the ball. A lot of cheap, low-priced ones are going to have very small ball heads. Now, this one is a heavy-duty one. It's rated for up to 48 pounds. Not that I would recommend you ever put 48 pounds on a tripod, but it certainly is built to handle heavy payloads. It's also got these little tiny levels. It's got 2 of them, one here, and there's one on top of the plate as well. Let's look at some of the knobs, because it certainly seems like there's more knobs than what I'm used to. You've got your big one here, which is nice and big size. I can get my hands around it. Not these little tiny rinky-dink ones that you see on cheap ones. So that one is like a master lock for the ball head, and then you can really move it around quickly like this. Close that up. Thing I noticed is this also has a bit of a very faint gear sound to it. Tells me that there's probably some good machining going on here and how this operates. And if we spin this around, we'll see some knobs on the other side. I want to just show you one thing before we go on to what the knobs are. Look how smooth that panning is. Just buttery smooth. I usually don't see this in a ball head, typically see it in a fluid head. Really impressive fluidity of that ball head here. Now, how did I get that to start moving? There's this little lock right there. Undo it, and you can start to do the rotation of the ball head. Let's look at this knob here for a second. A lot of knobs I see are just plain round knobs, and when you're in the field and your hands are wet or cold, it's really hard to turn them. This one is sort of knurled and it's got a shape to it, and you can really get your fingers in to loosen it and tighten it. This button right here, which is the secret sauce, I think, of this ball head, because I certainly don't have it on my Besnfoto, and after using this ball head, I really wish I had it on my Besnfoto, and having it on this one is a huge advantage. But before we talk about that, let's just swing it around here. Remember this big knob here? This is like the master lock of the whole ball head. And when you undo that, this thing really becomes floppy. And if you're in the field and you have to just adjust, you know, micromillimeters, using just a system that's a one knob on the ball head can be really tough to align. So that's where this one comes in. It's a micro adjustment screw. So you can fine tune and just have it go a little bit at a time, very slowly, and I can tighten it back up. So I'm fine tuning just how much that can move so it doesn't, just plop over all the time. It's this micro adjustment that is just really, really good. I could go on and on about this great little ball head. I'll tell you this much. If this had a brand name on it here by one of the big companies, you'd be paying $200, probably more, for this ball head. This is a great ball head, and it's just solid, all aluminum. It's built like a tank. I've been using it for 2 months. I love it. It's going to actually be part of my permanent kit in my backpack because I think it's that good. Check it out if you're in the market for a new heavy-duty, all-metal, high-quality ball head for your tripod. Guys, stay well, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.